What's going on, everyone? My name is UnderTheRadar, and welcome back to the APA. This is going to be the Week 6 battle. We're going up against Joqq, coach of the Dunfermlinoones. I'm super scared for this game. I'm super nervous. I'm so nervous that I'm just shivering because I'm so cold. My room is freezing. Man, I'm just really nervous. I need this win more than anything. If you do not know the team I'm bringing, I'll quickly go over it. Bringing a Life Orb Raichu, Choice Scarf, Foul Play, Punishment, Zoroark. Bringing a bulky SD Flame Charge in Infernape, bringing a Spadef, Body Slam Knockoff, Licky, bringing an Ice Beam, Scald, Stealth Rock's Toxic on my Empoleon, and I'm bringing a Fizz Def Mew with Ice Beam, Shadow Ball, U-Turn, and Roost. So no hazard removal, which I think that's fine. I can pressure his team pretty well. In my opinion, but let's just go ahead and see what he's bringing. I would assume that he's bringing Stunfisk. I'd assume he's bringing Haxorus, Mega Gallade, and Weavile. Yeah, he didn't bring Haxorus, so that's really good for me. It's really good for me. Okay, so since he brought Stunfisk, I'm actually going to lead off with my Empoleon, and I'm going to get a Brox, ASAP Rocky style. Just so that way whenever Stunfisk comes in on my Alolan Raichu, I'm able to surf it and 2-hit KO it. His team just loses to my SD Infernape. His team just loses to my SD Infernape. If I can get up that +2, and I can get a little bit of chip damage off on Stunfisk, and I can get up that Flame Charge, I should win with my Infernape. This team is very, very weak to it. I don't know what he's going to lead off with. I would assume it's going to be either Stunfisk or Skarmory. Either one I would be happy with. Did lead off with my Empoleon. Let's see. Lead off with his Gallade. Okay. So, believe it or not, I can actually take a close combat from full. Or maybe I could take a Drain Punch from full. No, I can take a close combat from full and get off some nice Scald damage. I think I might do that right now. Because that Scald damage is going to guarantee put him in range of Foul Play from my Zoroark. I also really just want to get up Rocks. Force him to defog. If he goes for Bulk Up, I'm not in the worst position. I'm going to go for the Scald. I know I can live a close combat. After the Spadef drop from close combat, I'll actually be doing about 46% to this thing. He went for Taunt. Glad I went for Scald. Glad I went for Scald. Sorry, you just heard my phone drop. Yeah, that did it. Ooh, and I get the burn. Nice. That sucks for him, dude. That really sucks for him. I am taunted here. However, I don't really lose much from just clicking Scald. Like, he can go into his Alomomola, but if I can burn that, then I'm good to go anyway. I can stay in here until my taunt wears off. And plus another Scald after a close combat might do a lot of damage. This Drain Punch does less than 50%. So I think Scald plus Burn will actually be doing more. Yeah, it'll be doing a decent amount more. And I can go into my Mew here, and I can save this thing to take a hit from, like, Decidueye or something along those lines. Do get my lefties back. Oh, man. Let me see if that is max attack. Burn, I'm at 142 right now. So 74, so I was at 80, or I was at 68%. So So that did how much? That did 61 HP. He's adamant. He isn't. Ooh, he's not adamant. I don't know. Oh wait, this isn't my Empoleon spread. Why isn't it my Empoleon spread? I'll have to look into that. However, here I'm just going to go into my Mew. There it is. Okay, so he went into his Alomomola, which is pretty nice. Because what I can do is I can just click U-turn here, and I can get into my Raichu. So he's Jolly on his Gallade. So do you get off the U-turn? Is this thing Rocky Helmet? He's not Rocky Helmet. So what I'm going to do here is I am going to go into my Raichu, because I can take it Scald if he wants to go for Wish. It's not the end of the world. He went for Knockoff. That hurts. That hurts pretty bad. However, it's not the end of the world because I do now not have to worry about taking Life Orb recoil. So while that does kind of sort of suck, it's not the end of the world. I think clicking Volt Switch here is my overall best play, because if he goes into his Stunfisk, I can just go directly back into my Mew. I can click Surf on it as he sets up rocks. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click Volt Switch, see if he goes into his Stunfisk. He does go into his Stunfisk. Okay. So what I'm thinking about doing right here is actually just straight up going for the Surf, because it should 2-hit KO this thing if it's not Spadef. If it is Spadef, he's going to get up his rocks. If he's Fizz Def, Surf is doing 38 to 46. So let's see if he gets up his rocks here. I almost forgot. Let me go and put that that bar up. Okay, so he did just kill off my Alolan Raichu. That is not the end of the world at all, because I do have my Infernape, which I'm going to win with. That looks like it's a little bit more on the Spadef side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go into my Mew, I think. I'm going to go into my Mew. I want to keep my Empoleon a little bit healthy so it can take a knockoff from the Weavile. Let me do something. Okay. See, I'm just going to go into my Mew here. And I'm going to click Ice Beam on this thing until it dies. He also didn't bring, the what's it called? The Gardevoir, which is really good for me. So that does a good amount of damage. He gets up his Stealth Rocks. He's going to get Lefty, so he's going to be at just over 50%, which is fine by me. Because what I can do is I can always just Wish Pass with my Licky Licky into this thing. I can Wish Pass with my Licky Licky to get into my Empoleon. What I'm going to do here, expecting the Alomomola to come in, is I'm actually going to click Shadow Ball. I don't think Weavile will come in on this thing. If it does, I'll be surprised. I'm going to do a Alomomola, cool. So I get a little bit of chip damage off on this thing. Might get a Spadef drop. Did 15%. So it looks like he has... If he has the standard showdown spread, then it looks like he has a standard showdown spread, judging by that damage. He might have a little bit more Spadef. What I'm going to do here is I am going to go into my Empoleon because his Scald switch-ins don't appreciate Toxic. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go into this. If he wants to go into Skarmory, I can Scald that. I don't care if he gets rid of my leftovers. As I said, I can always Wish Pass. And what I need is I need this thing a little bit weaker. Just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and click Toxic. If he goes into his Gallade right here, that's a good play. That is a good play. Okay, so we went for the Wish, which is really good for me. Because now I get the Toxic off on this thing. I also get my Stealth Rocks up, which is really nice. I'm considering clicking Scald. Because it does kill the Stunfisk from the range it's at. It does 47% minimum if he's Fizz Def. So I'm just going to click Scald here. If he wants to try to go into the Stunfisk to get up a little bit of health, this does have a chance to kill if he is Fizz Def. If he's Spadef, it doesn't have a chance to kill. But we will see right now. Ooh, that sucks. I do get another burn though, so that's pretty cool. He does go up to a good amount of health. Let me see how much Earth Power from this thing does to me. So Earth Power is doing 54%. 109. Earth Power never has a chance to kill me, and 2 Scalds will definitely kill him. I kind of sort of want my Rocks up. I'm gonna go into my Licky actually, because I can take any number of hits from this thing, and I can actually spam knockoff, get rid of all of his items, because nothing on his team can one-shot me now that he has what's it called? Now that he has Gallade burnt. Also, I don't care if he paralyzes me because I do have Heal Bell. And if I can get rid of this thing's leftovers, that means that it can't reliably switch into my Empoleon because it won't take leftovers. And it'll be losing 6% from burn each turn. So, just going to click knock off here. Don't really lose much from it. If he thinks that he can go into pretty much anything on me, he can't. Knock off, get rid of those lefties. And he's going to go for Toxic. That's fine by me. Fine by me. So he's revealed his full moveset. So he doesn't have Pain Split. So once this thing is weakened, it's going to be weakened for good. And he cannot beat this thing 1v1. Because I do have Heal Bell. So what I'm going to do right here is I'm going to Heal Bell right away. What that allows me to do is that allows me to just stay in on things like Alomomola. It allows me to knock off Skarmory. So I'm just going to click Heal Bell. Let's see what he goes into. Gallade, that's fine. Because I did get off the Heal Bell, and I'm no longer Toxic. I'm glad I put Heal Bell on this thing this week. His team is so close to being in range of everything from my Infernape. So close. So I kind of do just want to click Body Slam here, but I don't want to have my my Licky Licky take any damage, I'm just going to go directly into my Mew. I don't really lose much from it. He can click Taunt, he can click Drain Punch, he can click Knock Off. I do have my Culver Berry still intact. And now that Stunfisk is weakened, what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to set up with my Infernape now. Once I get my rocks up, that is. I do need my rocks up so I can guarantee kill Scarm. I do kind of just want to click U-turn here because I'll get the slow U-turn out. I can go right into my Zoroark and I can click Knock Off. At the same time, do I lose anything from clicking Shadow Ball? No, I don't. So, Gallade is now gone. And that means that he now struggles to kill Licky Licky. With Alomomola being on a timer, it can 1v1 it. The only thing I need is to get like a burn or something on Skarmory, and then even then I can stall that down. So, worst case scenario, it goes to a stall fest. So, expecting this thing to be scarfed, offensive. Can this thing even kill me? If it's offensive? Versus Spirit Shackle does 52% minimum. Ice Beam does 44 to 53. Yeah. I'm just going to go for the Ice Beam. Get off some good damage on this thing. He's not Scarfed, so he might be SD, but I do outspeed him. So that's pretty nice. Ice Beam does just under 50%. He goes for the Leaf Blade. Is that Banded? Oh, he got a crit. That sucks. I think I'm going to roost up here. Yeah, I'm going to roost up. Oh, that's right. I'm taunted. Shoot. I could go for U-turn. I could go for U-turn. Spirit Shackle, Leaf Blade. They do two-shot my Empoleon. I'm trying to think. Actually, since I know this thing didn't outspeed my Mew, I know it won't outspeed my Infernape because it's not Scarfed. If I get off a little bit more chip damage, I can go for the Flame Charge. However, what I don't want to do is I don't want to do that without rocks. So, I think the course of action is to attack this thing, put this thing in range of my Infernape, click Flame Charge against it, and go from there. So I'm going to click Ice Beam again. Oh my god. I am so sorry. Dude. Pokemon is a stupid game. I'm gonna roost up here. Like, while I feel bad, I'm not gonna not take advantage of it. I'm so sorry though. That sucks. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Because now not only does he lose his Decidueye, I lose an opportunity to set up with my Infernape, which does suck. Man, I've gotten 2 burns and a freeze. Jeez. I'm getting very, very lucky this game. Very, very lucky this game. He's a good sport. So I just messaged him on Discord saying that I'm so sorry, and he said it's cool, you can't control it, and that's a very good attitude to have. So he does go into his Weavile here. Now, Mew, without my Culver Berry, no item at all. Versus a Weavile. Does this thing kill me? With a knockoff. Does 67%, I'm at 172. I'm at 83%. Choice Banded Jolly Knockoff does not kill me, and U-turn does about 50%. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click U-turn. I can roost up on the Alomomola. Ice Skull Crash. If this thing flinches me, that's going to suck, but it's going to be some nice revenge for him. I'm not going to lie. He's Life Orbed. And he did flinch me. Oh, that's funny. Oh my god. That's funny. What HP am I? 109. So, my Empoleon does live a knockoff from this thing, and it gets off a pretty important Scald. I don't need Flame Charge anymore, so I don't have to worry about that. I can just set up an SD in this thing's face, or I could click Fire Punch in its face and kill it. So, I kind of sort of want to save this thing around because it can come in pretty big against things like the Alomomola. Being able to stall that thing down, it can come in pretty crucial against the Skarmory as well. The two things that my Zoroark were here for are no longer here, so I'm just going to go directly into my Zoroark. If he clicks a knockoff here, I might be able to live it. If he clicks Ice Skull Crash, I shouldn't be able to live that. He does go for knockoff, so he knocks off my Choice Scarf, which is no big deal. And he does take a little bit more Life Orb recoil, so that's pretty good. Oh man. I can't be salty about that flinch. I can't be. I literally cannot be. I'm just going to click U-turn here. If he misses an Ice Skull Crash, he goes for Low Kick. This will kill me. So he does have Low Kick for my Empoleon. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go directly into my Infernape. I might click Flame Charge just to ensure that I outspeed this thing. Flame Charge does 63 to 75. He's just over 75%. I think I might click SD in its face. The most it can do to me is with Aerial Ace, I think. And that does 73% max. I'm going to click Flame Charge here, actually. He might fear the Scarf and switch out, as he did. He went into Decidueye, and this does give me my my Flame Charge for free. He is Akaberry, so that's pretty cool. I kind of wish I had set up an SD there. However, if he did have Aerial Ace, that would have been bad. However, what this does is this allows me to, it forces in his Skarmory for one. For two, it also gives me a chance to go into my Mew and roost up. I still really want my rocks up. I still really want my rocks up. He went into Stunfisk. He's at 45%. I think I'm going to switch out here. Now I'm going to go into my Mew, and I'm going to roost up. Because I don't want Infernape taking the damage without having Rocks Up to break Skarmory's sturdy. And Earth Power can't kill me from this range, even from like a offensive Stunfisk. Actually, from an offensive, it might have been able to. But I'm just going to roost up here. It'll put me out of range of knockoff from Weavile. Yeah. And pretty soon, this thing is going to be in range of a non-boosted Fire Punch, which will be pretty cool. Yeah. Man, that freeze sucked for him. That freeze really sucked. Because I would have lost my Mew. I wouldn't still have it. And then I would be forced to go into my Empoleon, get Rocks Up, and then click Flame Charge in the Weavile's face. Once I clicked Flame Charge in that thing's face, I would have my Rocks Up, so Skarmory's sturdy would be broken. Alomomola is on a timer with Toxic. Let me make sure that I'm right about this knockoff spread. Versus... So I did just stay in. Yeah. He went for Toxic. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Because now I can be in the exact same position I was in against his Decidueye. I can go for Ice Beam here, kill this. He goes into Weavile, Revenge kills me. I go into my Empoleon. Wait, but he has Low Kick. Does that kill my Empoleon? It does. I'm going to click U-turn here. He switches out. Did he go into his... he went into Skarmory. This is perfect. This is perfect. Because now, what I can do is I have a couple different plays I can make, right? I could either go into my Licky Licky, knock off whatever item this thing has, click Heal Bell, and be good to go. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I think that's the way that I'm going to play this. Also, this Gatorade is awful. It's absolutely awful. So he did not reveal an item. That makes me think he's Akaberry. I kind of sort of want to just go for a knockoff, but if he goes into his Alomomola, that could be a little problematic. I'm going to click Heal Bell. I outsped him, so he's going to go for a Whirlwind here, which is fine by me because whatever I go into, I'm happy with. If I go into my Mew, then that means that I am able to get off a Shadow Ball, weaken this thing. If you go into my Empoleon, which I did, I get up my Rocks. I can also get off a really nice Scald on this thing. Do I want to get off a Scald or get up my Rocks? I want to get up my Rocks. Having that Weavile take 25% upon his next re-entry. If he has Taunt on here, then that's a good bring on his end. Another thing that would suck for him is if I click Scald here and I get a burn on this, then my Infernape actually does just win, because even then, a Brave Bird won't be able to kill me. At least that's the way that I'm looking at it right now. I think he's either going to click a Defog or he's going to switch out into his Weavile. He went into his Stunfisk. Okay, I'm okay with this. I'm curious. Now that I have Rocks up, and he's taking a little tiny bit of chip damage, +2 close combat, all-out pummeling, to physically defensive bold Skarmory, does 80 to 95%. I'm just going to kill off this Stunfisk here. I'm not going to let it get any more damage off on my team. If it's Lastmon Skarmory versus my Empoleon should be able to beat it 1v1 because of Scald, plus burn damage, plus putting me in Torrent range eventually. However, Empoleon just does just pick off the kill on this Stunfisk, which is really nice for me. And he went into his Alomomola. I can't remember if I knocked off this thing's item. However, I lose literally nothing from going into my Licky here. I lose nothing from going into my Licky and spamming knockoff. Because what it'll do is it'll get rid of Weavile's Life Orb. It'll get rid of Skarmory's Akaberry. He can Scald me, I don't care. I have Wish, I have Heal Bell, and he doesn't even get the burn. Damn. Man, he is getting some very bad luck with Scalds. So I am going to click Knockoff here to get rid of this thing's leftovers. And if he goes into his Skarmory right here and I knock off his Akaberry, I'm just going to set up with Infernape and I'll win. Yep. And I believe that might just be game. Was he Akaberry? He was. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to Wish Pass. I'm just going to Wish Pass into my Mew. Then once I have Mew in, I'm going to click U-turn on it. He did go for Roost, which is pretty good. Actually, I don't see why I wouldn't go into my Empoleon right here. I think that's the overall smartest play, is just going into my Empoleon, getting that thing healed back up, so I can take a low kick from Weavile. I know he can't do much of anything to me unless he Whirlwinds me, but whatever he Whirlwinds me into, I'm going to get the Wish back on that, and anything I get the Wish back on, I'll be happy. Okay, this is fine. This is still fine. Because now my Licky is back at full health. I'm going to click Wish again. I mean, he can click Iron Head, so he doesn't have Brave Bird. He is Roost, Whirlwind, Iron Head. So he hasn't revealed Brave Bird yet. Right? Roost, Whirlwind, Iron Head. I'm going to stay in here and I'm going to click Body Slam. Because if he Whirlwinds me out, he Whirlwinds me out. Something else will get Recovery, as he did Whirlwind me out. This does have a chance to paralyze him as well, which I don't want. Cool. And if he could drop me into Infernape right now, that'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. Drop me into Mew. That's still fine. Look at that nice and fat Wish. So I'm going to click U-turn here. And I'm going to go into my Empoleon and start firing off some Scalds. I want Alomomola to come in, and I want Alomomola to come in specifically for the reason that my Infernape can set up on it. That's the only reason why I want it to come in. He went for Whirlwind. Just drop me into Infernape, and I'll be happy. Okay. I'm just going to start firing off Shadow Balls then. It doesn't look like he's going to be attacking me anytime soon. And if I can get off a little bit of chip damage, maybe get a Spadef drop, it'll force him out anyway. If he goes into his Weavile at any point in time, I can live a knockoff. Shadow Ball does a solid like 20%. I'm going to click Shadow Ball again. All I want is for him to drop me into my Infernape. If he can drop me into my Infernape, I'll be happy. Eventually, I will be getting a Spadef drop. I just realized I haven't had in-game sounds on at all this entire game. I am so sorry. I will turn those on right now for you guys. I know it's a little late in the game, but I do apologize. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just going to continuously click Shadow Ball. I will eventually get a Spadef drop. Like, that's all I care about right now. I mean, I could go for Ice Beam freezes, but I don't want to freeze him twice in one game. He does click Whirlwind. Drop me into Infernape. Drop me into my Empoleon. Drop me into anything that's not this. God. Okay. So, he's taking a little bit of chip damage. He might roost here. This might be my chance to go into my Empoleon. I have 3 Mons at practically full health. My Infernape can kill this thing after +2 with a Fire Punch. He did go for a Roost. Finally, I get off a nice Scald. Jeez. Wait, hold on. I think I'm in Torrent range. Scald is doing approximately 39 to 46%. However, I'm at 65 HP. I'm not quite in Torrent range. 1 more HP down. That sucks. Gonna click Scald here. This should do a solid 40%. He goes into a Lomomola. Freaking finally, dude. Freaking finally. I'm going to stay in and continuously click Scald, I think, until he kills me, which might be a long-ass time. So... he went for Wish. Okay, whatever he goes into is fine. If he tries to Wish Pass, I don't care, because I can get a Scald Burn on something. I'm not switching this thing out. He's below 33%, so he's going to come back in lower than his Regenerator health, or at full health, if that makes sense. It's 25, 30. Yeah, nice. I'm going to continuously click Scald. He can click Protect, he can get the Wish himself. He will eventually go down to pretty much anything. He went for Knockoff. He's going to try to stay in and 1v1 me. However, with me now being in Torrent range, I don't care about that. Because he will get the Wish, which will take him back up to about 90%, and then he'll take Poison damage, which should take him back down to about 25% or so. Yep. Nice. And I'm going to continuously sit here and click Scald until he kills me, or until he dies to Poison. Either one, I don't really care. I've gotten so lucky this game. Holy crap. I got a Freeze, 2 Burns. That Freeze is what I think really hurt him. If he tries to go into his Skarmory, he's going to be taking about 45% from Scald. If he goes into his Weavile, it's going to die to Scald, so he really doesn't have much of an option except for staying in here. Okay. So now this Torrent boosted Scald is going to do a lot of damage. Again, I have a chance to get the burn. I don't want the burn on this thing. I really don't. It's an easy 2 KO. And I get the burn again. Jesus. Oh my god. Dude, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. Holy crap. This sucks. I feel so bad. Because now my Empoleon can just sit here and be fat and it won't die until he gets in his Weavile. And as you can see, Burn plus Scald is doing just about 50%. I'm gonna click Scald again. Like eventually. He is slowly gaining a little tiny bit of HP. So because of that, what I'm going to do here... I think I want to make the play into Infernape. I really think I do. But that is my win con. I can't. I have to wait to either just crit him... for him to sack this off and go into his Weavile. Preferably that, honestly. He went for Whirlwind, so he does just sack this thing off to go into his Weavile. So Empoleon picks up another kill. So he's going to go into his Weavile right here, and he's going to click Low Kick. What that means that after that, I'm able to go into my Infernape. I'm able to click Flame Charge and kill it. Yep, I'm just going to stay in here. I'm going to end this game. And I just get to go into my Infernape. I'm going to click Flame Charge. If he goes into his Alomomola, I'm going to SD up. And he hasn't revealed Protect yet. He might have Protect, I'm not sure. I am going to click Flame Charge here. Just in case he does try to save this thing as one last ditch effort, because he can come back in on rocks one time. Just once. So I click Flame Charge. Did literally 0. And I'm going to click Swords Dance. Scald is not doing more than 45% to me unless he's really offensive. Waterfall is doing a little tiny bit more, but even then he won't be able to beat this thing 1v1, even with Wish Protect. Because of poison damage, that is. So he switched into his Weavile, and I think that might be game for him. It's like he can click Ice Shard here, it still won't put me in range of what's it called? Hold on. Does he die to a Life Orb hit? I don't think he does. I was going to say, if he dies to a Life Orb pet, I could Swords Dance up again, but I don't think he does. It sure didn't do much. Yeah, he didn't die to a Life Orb hit. I'm glad I didn't click SD. Okay. So, now that that's gone, I win this game no matter what because he is on a timer with a Alomomola. And I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click Swords Dance once, because I don't think Waterfall can kill me. I'm at 106, yeah. 6, 50 versus... So believe it or not, a Waterfall actually kills me. A +2 Z close combat should kill him after poison damage. So I'm going to go for Z, all out pummeling. If he protects here, good play. He did not. He did protect. Good play, dude. Very good play. However, that does not win him the game, because after this close combat through the protect, it should still put him in range of regular close combat. Z Infernape is so good, dude. It's knock off, wish, protect, scald. I think that's his 1%. If I clicked SD there, man, I would have been sitting pretty. So I think what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to SD again. No, I'm going to close combat. There's no need for me to try to do that. Like, he can scald me and kill me, that's fine. Actually, I just kill him with close combat, so that's cool. So Infernape did pick up the final 2 kills of the game, which is pretty nice, and I did win this game 3-0, I believe, right? Yeah, 3-0. So that's a really big win in this league, because this is the former champion. I did get a lot of hacks in my favor. I'm very sorry to Joqq for that. That's not cool at all. I feel really bad about that. But guys, I hope you all did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below for me. Also, go over to Joqq's channel, give him some love. He is a very good battler. He has a very, very cool team. But with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.